Welcome back. Now, Sanlam saw double-digit growth in its key financial metrics for the full year ended December. The group said that net result from financial services benefited from strong organic growth with robust contributions from life insurance, general insurance and investment management. Sanlam CFO Abigail Mukhuba joins us for further analysis of the performance. Thank you so much for your time, Abigail. Solid growth there. Net result from financial services climbing 14%. Is this strong performance highlighting the strong fort that Sanlam has built?
Good evening. It does highlight the strong fort. In fact, we're very proud that in 2020 we set on a journey for 2025, Vision 2025, and we seem to have achieved most of that vision already by end of 2024. So in terms of your introduction, that was quite appropriate. Yes, it's
All right.
delivery of very strong results from across all our businesses.
Okay, strong internal fort, but also you do operate within a larger macroeconomic environment. We have seen some green shoots there. Have those actually filtered through to the business in any way?
Yes, we do see the optimism and the positive outlook, particularly in South Africa, in terms of impacting our volume growth and the sentiment in terms of our clients and their product preferences. We've also seen the equity markets across the globe recovering, and then we benefit from that recovery in terms of some of our investment returns as well. If you look at the three growth engines where we operate in terms of South Africa, in Pan-Africa, as well as India, it was stellar growth in terms of GDP performance of those countries over the last financial year. While South Africa might be off a low base and a lower percentage increase, but if you look at India and most of the countries in the Pan-Africa portfolio, that growth was also testament to how we've also performed within our businesses.
Improved sentiment, but also you could say that not really filtering through significantly to pockets of consumers. Just looking at your persistency experience, what shape is that taking now with this kind of improved sentiment, but also still consumers struggling?
Definitely, consumers' disposable income is obviously still under a lot of strain in terms of areas that they need to pay in terms of things that are that they require in their daily lives. You are, as Sanlam, also competing with basics that our clients have to pay for. But if you look at our persistency, it has improved significantly relative to last year, particularly in that entry-level market. We've seen a significant improvement, which also tells you that the client's also valuing the product in terms of keeping it and retaining it. We do engage with the clients. If you see that there's if there's lapses that you're seeing that are increasing, you engage with them to see how you can help them to retain their product over a longer term.
Well, talking about the state of the consumer, we had, I think, about almost 2.5 million people with extra cash in their hands because of their two-pot withdrawals. And I'm actually wondering, because I saw it mentioned, I think, one or two times in your results commentary, what impact has that had actually on the business?
We've seen a spike in terms of two-pot withdrawals at the end of last year, in the last quarter. We've seen withdrawals of about 3 billion rands. So from a cash flow perspective, you do see that outflow.
Yeah.
However, from a long-term perspective, we accept the two-pot system in that longer-term preservation of savings should still benefit the client. In fact, that when people need to retire, they should have something for them that awaits them instead of having cashed up on everything else. But for now, it has slowed down, but obviously still early in the year. We will see as the year goes. But for the financial report that we've reported, we've seen about 3 billion rands worth of outflows.
All right. Well, let's cross on over to your Asia portfolio and really just talking about the dynamics that played out there. I do notice that there were some dents, I think particularly in India. Can those be lifted sooner rather than later?
Hopefully it should be sooner rather than later, but overall, if you look at the India performance, also quite good performance, consistent. I think we have spent a lot of management time, effort, resources, financial resources in investing into new volumes as well in that business. So you do see in the shorter term the impact of that on our P&L. But overall, if you look at the performance compared to last year, we also had a bit of change in shareholding in some of the credit business that we owned. So the numbers are not necessarily comparable. But if you look at them on a like for like, our credit business in India was up about 16% from an earnings perspective. So yeah, we're also, again, outlook-wise, excited about this prospects of India and how we also participate in that journey.
All right. Well, we do have to wrap up the conversation there. Thank you so much for your time, Abigail. That was Sanlam CFO Abigail Mukhuba.